Hello, Keller Williams. I've got some great news for you, and I wanted to share it by video. The governor has let us know that you can continue to practice real estate without fear of being arrested or going to jail. The reason that we weren't able to tell you that prior to just now is that the state emergency statute basically allows the governor to decide how to deal with the emergency, and it has the ability to let the governor take almost complete control and decide what happens, or it allows him to, through the Department of Public Health, to delegate authority to the local county boards of health to implement the guidelines and restrictions on people gathering. So what we had was this patchwork of rules. Fulton County, for example, like we said today in the post earlier, they had come out and said that real estate was not an essential business, and so whereas Gwinnett County said it was. And the reason for that is that the district directors of the county boards of health were the ones deciding all of these things. The governor today came out and said that the state shelter-in-place order supersedes all of those local ordinances, and that no locality or municipality can enact any restrictions that are more or less stringent than the ones that the governor has put into place. So this set of requirements will supersede all those local ones for as long as the emergency order lasts, meaning that what Governor Kemp said is the rule for as long as we are dealing with this coronavirus outbreak. Right now, that date is set to expire on April 13th. After April 13th, there's no more rules as to who can and can't practice business, but I would imagine that the governor is going to extend the emergency order past April 13th. The cases here are not even supposed to peak until April 23rd at the earliest, and so I would expect we will see a couple of more weeks, unfortunately maybe even as long as a month or so, of the continued restrictions. But the great news is that doesn't impact us. And while I have you here, I want to tell you that we got some other really great news today, which is that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have altered their guidelines on power of attorneys. And with the governor allowing us to use video conferencing, we also got an exception today from the title insurance companies to use that to do power of attorney signing, which prior today we hadn't. And so what all that means in plain English is that your buyer or seller, as long as the lender on the buyer side agrees, can let us sign as the attorney in fact for them on a transaction, and they can sign that power of attorney at their house while I watch them on Zoom. We've already done 2 or 3 of those today since we found that out, and then they'll just FedEx that back to us when they can, and then we sign all the documents on their behalf. We do go over them with them to make sure that they're comfortable with all the documents before we sign, but that is the best solution. It literally means your client does not have to leave the house at all to sign the closing documents. They will just print off 1 page, power of attorney, sign it, send it back to me, and then that's it. We get the transaction closed with us signing the documents on their behalf. Again, as far as your commission goes, if you have a pay at close, we can receive your earnest money from Keller Williams if they're holding it by ACH transfer, and then your commission split, if you have that pay at close, we can wire into your bank account, we can send you an ACH, we can FedEx a check directly to your house. Whatever you want us to do, we can make it so that nobody needs to come into the office to do the closing. This is great news. I hope everybody celebrates a little bit tonight, takes a sigh of relief. I know that this has been a very stressful couple of weeks for everyone, let's get out there and keep the real estate market going. Well, thank you so much for your time. I hope you listened to all this. I know I'm pretty long-winded. 4 minutes right there. Thanks so much. Bye.